What is going on, everybody? It's Lazarus here, back with some more MLB content. And today, we're going to be going over my predictions for who I believe will be the top 10 highest rated players in the game. Now, there are a couple things I want to clarify before we get into it. Firstly, these aren't exactly predictions for Diamond Dynasty, because that rating system is just a bit different. So in terms of overall, it may be different, but I do believe the order of the players listed may very much be the same. Secondly, this entire list of predictions is just my opinion, and more than likely will be different than yours. However, I would like to see your guys' lists, so feel free to comment those down below. And lastly, these are just predictions, and while I think they're pretty good ones, nothing's set in stone. Alright, with all that being said, let's not waste any more time and get right into the list.
At your chest. 10 if I'm drinking as late as the chefs. I'll say I'm impressed when I see someone standing.
Was there any doubt that Mike Trout would continue his streak of being a 99 overall? The 27-year-old stud had another great season in 2018, hitting .312, blasting 39 homers, and having an OPS up over 1,000. He also finished second in MVP voting, and basically, he was the best overall player in baseball once again, and he won't be slowing down anytime soon. Not much else needs to be said about the Millville Meteor, as his resume kind of speaks for itself. You know, as a Yankees fan, it really pains me to say this, but Mookie Betts is damn good. I've been trying to ignore how good he's been the last few years, but in 2018, he made that impossible by having an absolutely absurd year. He hit a crazy .346, hit 32 bombs, and had an on-base percentage of .438, along with an OPS of 1,000. Not to mention, he also led all position players in WAR at 10.9. And he's definitely no slouch in the field either, as he picked up a Gold Glove and had a D-WAR of 1.8, doing all of this on his way to winning the 2018 AL MVP award. Mookie balled out, and he's made his way into Trout territory, earning a 99 overall in my book. Max Scherzer has consistently been one of the best pitchers in all of baseball since 2013. In 2018, he added another great season to his already impressive resume. Mad Max totaled up 220 innings, in which he pitched to an 18-7 record, a 2.53 ERA, struck out 300 batters, and had an ERA plus of 168. Not to mention, he finished second in Cy Young voting, falling just shy of winning it for the third year in a row. With how consistently good Scherzer has been over the last 5 years, I think it's safe to say that he's probably the best starting pitcher in the game right now, which should earn him at least a 98 overall in MLB The Show 19. 2018 was the year that Jacob DeGrom really showed that he was the best pitcher on that formidable Mets staff, and also that he was one of the best pitchers in the entire league. While the rest of his career has been pretty darn good, this was the year that he really showed that he was top tier and truly elite. Despite only having a record of 10-9, because Mets, he had an ERA of 1.70, struck out 269 batters in 217 innings. His FIP backs up his ERA, with it sitting at 1.99, and he had a WAR of 9.6, number 2 among all pitchers in the league. So DeGrom really was that good, and his season has probably been one of the best ever, especially in this day and age. He shouldn't be anything less than 98 overall in the Show 19. This is another guy who had a really good 2017 season, but only got better in 2018. Jose Ramirez really solidified himself as one of the best players in the game in 2018, having easily the best season of his career. Although his batting average is only .270, his on-base percentage was .382, he hit 39 home runs, and he had an OPS of .939. On top of all this, he was ranked 4th in WAR among all position players with a 7.9. He's an absolute tank, and he's been getting better every year. I think he'll come in at about a 97 overall in MLB The Show 19. Clayton Kershaw has been the best pitcher in the last decade of baseball. Since 2010, he has been absolutely dominating the entire league, with a career ERA of just 2.39. That is ridiculously good, especially considering he's been pitching in this crazy home run happy era. And if he retired today, he'd probably be a Hall of Famer. However, he's been having some issues in the last few years when it comes to staying healthy, and it's starting to show a bit. In 2018, he had his highest ERA since 2010 at 2.73, which is still really good, don't get me wrong, but it's just not Kershaw-like. Plus, that fastball of his has gone down a few ticks, but I do believe he's going to have a good bounce-back year. He knows what he's doing, and he could put together a good season, no doubt about it. He just has to stay healthy. I think he'll be around a 97 overall to start the year, which is about right for him. Christian Yelich had one of the craziest breakout years of all time in 2018. Everybody knew he had the potential to be a great player, and he had some big expectations after he got traded to the Brewers with the smaller field and such, but he blew everyone's expectations out of the water. In 2018, he set a career high in hits, home runs, which was 36, 15 more than his previous high, RBIs, batting average, on-base percentage, slugging percentage, OPS, and he had a WAR of 7.6. He almost won the Triple Crown on his way to becoming NL MVP. Basically, what I'm saying is Christian Yelich is really freaking good and should be rated that way. Based on all this, I believe he should be around a 97 overall to start the season. Now, this might be a name that you guys are surprised to see on the top 10 list, but personally, I feel like he's still pretty underrated despite one of being the best pitchers in baseball last year. In 2018, Nola put up a really good season, sporting a 17-6 record, a 2.37 ERA, a 175 ERA plus, along with a WAR of 10.5, which was first among all pitchers in the league. Now, some may argue that this has been somewhat of a fluky year, and that since he's only had one good season, he can't really back it up. But the fact is, he's always had really good stuff, and his FIP has backed that up pretty much every single year. I can definitely see his success continuing, and he deserves to be recognized for his phenomenal season. I think he should start the year at about a 96 overall. Chris Sale has established himself as one of the premier pitchers in all of baseball over the last 8 years. And sometimes it's hard to believe that he's already been around for that long. However, he's still as dominant as ever. Sale had yet another really good season in 2018, and really, the only downside to it was he didn't pitch as much due to innings limit protections and injuries and things like that. He still tossed 150 innings with a 2.11 ERA, 12-4 record, 2.07 ERA plus, 1.98 FIP, and a WHIP of 8.61. Needless to say, he was an absolute beast, and of course, he's always been rated very well in the game, and that will continue this year with him being rated at a 96 overall. Finally, at number 10, we have Colorado Rockies third baseman Nolan Arenado, who had yet another great season in 2018. He hit .297, had an on-base percentage of .374, an OPS of .935, along with 38 home runs and 110 RBIs. Another great offensive season like this, paired with his stellar defense at third base, that's going to earn you a pretty good rating. All his numbers speak for themselves, and the fact is that Arenado is a straight-up tank, and he's been playing like one for quite some time now. Now going into a contract year, you can expect that good play to continue, and he should be about a 96 overall to start the season in MLB The Show 19. Now, what would a top 10 list be without some honorable mentions? For some guys I was thinking about for the list, but they didn't quite make the cut, we have Paul Goldschmidt, Jose Altuve, Francisco Lindor, Corey Kluber, Kenley Jansen, Bryce Harper, Aaron Judge, Manny Machado, and Matt Chapman, pretty much only based on his WAR. But yeah, other than that, I think that's going to have to be the end of the video, guys. If you enjoyed, be sure to leave a like and subscribe. Comment your list down below in the comments. I'm really curious to what you guys think. And that's a wrap. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'm out. Peace.